It is the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for Wednesday, the 14th of September. I'm Michael Groff. We've got drier air moving into the state today as that much advertised trough has finally pushed on through. Conditions becoming quiet, and overall, temperatures will be rather comfortable by September standards for the rest of the week and into the weekend. Little wrinkle in the forecast as we go into the early part of next week that we'll talk about, but otherwise, conditions looking pretty good out there. Here's a beautiful view of the city this morning at the insane hour of 5 a.m. as we look over from South Mountain. These look like yesterday's observations at Sky Harbor, 79 degrees, dew point 57. That'll be coming down through the day, though, so don't worry. Humidity levels will be very comfortable by this afternoon. Right now, 48% on the relative humidity. Winds are from the east-northeast, and the barometer is rising. Clouds across southeast Arizona. There you can see where the trough pushed through. Any precipitation is now off into New Mexico and Colorado. Radar is quiet. And on the watch warning map, pretty quiet too. Just some frost advisories for portions of North Dakota and Minnesota, extending from about Rugby over to Grand Forks, Bemidji, and Brainerd, Minnesota, up toward International Falls. The convective outlook for today, we've got a marginal risk of severe weather extending from southeast Montana into eastern New Mexico. Also, southeast Georgia and portions of South Carolina with a tropical feature down that way. Heavy rain, the main risk, but could be an isolated tornado or two. And a marginal risk of severe weather for places like Boston, up into Manchester, New Hampshire, and eastern Maine. Tomorrow, a marginal risk area extending from eastern New Mexico all the way up into southwest Minnesota, and a slight risk of severe weather for north central Kansas and central Nebraska. And on day 3, Friday, no organized areas of severe weather expected. All right, let's hit the models. Here we go. The 06Z GFS run, valid at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time today. There's that low over the Intermountain West. High pressure over the east. Dry westerly flow as far as we're concerned. And there you see dew points this afternoon. Really taking a tumble. We'll be down in the 40s. And look at that drier air further to the west. Dew points in the 20s. Even some teens out there. And that's a sign of things to come. High temperatures today are going to be pretty pleasant by September standards as well. We'll be in the low to mid 90s. And with that drier air coming in, it's going to be feeling pretty good, especially by the time the sun goes down tonight. Lows are really going to drop off. By tomorrow morning, we're talking about lower 60s in the outlying areas to about the lower 70s at Sky Harbor. Tomorrow looks really pleasant. No rainfall anywhere expected across the state. We will be sunny, and Friday will be the same. Saturday will be the same. We might add 1 degree to the high temperatures every day, but more or less will be 92 to 96 each day. Lows will be absolutely perfect, lower 60s to lower 70s. Can't ask for much better than that in September. The GFS tries to develop some type of closed low once again over the southwest during the weekend. And initially, this will have no ramifications on our weather. And you see dew points on Saturday afternoon in the 20s or even the teens. Precip water values are very low, so the atmosphere will remain dry initially. On Sunday, the flow aloft turns a bit more southerly over the eastern part of the state, and that expands on Monday as that circulation continues to our south. And so, moisture will start to get pulled on in. There you go. There's the precip water values for Monday night. And you see values 1 to 1.2 inches coming back into the state. And if that verifies, scattered showers and thunderstorms will be a concern over southeast and east central Arizona, maybe up toward the Mogollon Rim. For us, the ensembles have been keeping us dry, but at least out of respect to these forecasts, you'll have to put in partly cloudy skies to the forecast for Monday. And with southerly flow, I think temperatures warm just a little bit more, and we'll start to see highs 95 to 100. I think for the most part here in Phoenix, we stay under the century mark, but we'll be very, very close, 98, 99 by Sunday and Monday. Low temperatures with a little bit more moisture in the air will start coming up also, but will still remain pretty manageable, upper 60s to upper 70s. And by Tuesday, we see dry westerly flow reestablishing itself over the southwest. This is fairly common for September. We see these little surges of moisture come back in and then drier air. The westerlies ultimately win the battle as we go through the season. And Wednesday should be fairly quiet around here as well. Here's Thursday, the 22nd of September, and broad, weak troughing across much of the west, so temperatures will be about normal. And understand the normal high around here at that time is in the upper 90s, so 95 to 99 for highs. Lows will be mainly in the mid-60s to mid-70s. And for Friday, here's the end of the forecast period, September the 23rd. Pretty quiet around here, but the tropics and the eastern Pacific starting to heat up. So we'll watch that as we go off into the land of make-believe. Here's Saturday the 24th. And we've got a low over the Intermountain West, high pressure in the eastern Pacific, and our tropical system approaching the Baja. Sunday the 25th, that's the tropical area continues to move to the northwest. Always a concern, but what you're looking for here is nothing specific when we get out to 11 and 12 days out. We're looking for general trends, and the trend is a more active tropical pattern in the eastern Pacific. So we'll watch that. But here we go, Monday, this is the 26th of September. That tropical low would be somewhere southwest of the Baja Spur. And on the 27th would continue to wobble its way to the northwest. Here it is on the 28th and on the 29th, as far out as we can go, 2 weeks from tomorrow. Again, don't get bogged down on the specifics. We're just looking at a general pattern here. More active tropics for the eastern Pacific, troughing in the east, ridging in the west. That all seems pretty reasonable. Temperatures looking all right through the period here. The GFS actually keeping us under 100 degrees through the entire forecast run. Not sure if that's going to happen. We might see a high temperature peaking at 100 a day or two next week. Who knows? But the overall trend here is no major heat waves, no major cool downs, just highs right about normal. 95 to 100, lows mid-60s to mid-70s, about what you'd expect from middle and latter September. All right, that's the Phoenix area weather discussion for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Our next video posted tomorrow morning. We'll see you then.